battle, and they can tell you more about that in just a minute, but I wanted to make sure there was an opportunity for the community to know that we're all grateful. They have our best wishes and full support. We have a number of elected officials and community members here today. Representative John Ray Clemens, Councilmember Megan Berry, Councilmember Scott Davis, Councilmember Peter Westerholm, Councilmember Berkeley Allen, and if I missed anybody, would you all raise your hand, and I apologize. As well, we have Sean Arroyo, who is with a number of organizations, including Tennessee Transgender Political Coalition and very active in PFLAG Nashville. Sean, if you'd raise your hand. So thank you. Lisa Howe, who's the Executive Director of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce. Lisa, if you'd raise your hand. And Jenny Ford, who's active with the Human Rights Campaign Steering Committee in Nashville. Jenny also happens to be TEP's lobbyist, and we're very grateful she could be here. With that, I just want to introduce Abby Rubenfeld and Bill Harbison, and any words they have to say, and then if any elected officials or community members would like to say something, we'll hear from them. Thank you.
I'm Abby Rubenfeld, and I'm here with Bill Harbison, who's another member of our litigation team. We have a really awesome litigation team of attorneys from across the state of Tennessee, and we're ready to go to Washington. We're going this week for a few days for some practice rounds, and then next week for the oral argument, and then we're going to bring back marriage equality to Tennessee and the rest of the country. And it's so exciting that Tennessee can be one of the states pushing this over the top. I have to say it's not something I ever thought I would see in my lifetime, but now that we're here, it's really exciting, and we need to plan some really big celebrations for July, because we are going to win. The Supreme Court's going to do the right thing, as 68 or so other courts around the country have, and they're going to uphold equality for all in this country. And I also want to thank TEP and the Tennessee Transgender Political Coalition and all the other groups in Tennessee and people, because it's certainly been a team effort. Our plaintiffs are wonderful people. We've had a lot of volunteers from all over the state to help us, and we're going to win. Thank you.
I'm Bill Harbison. I'll just echo what Abby said, and that I know, speaking for myself and my firm, we've been thrilled that Abby asked us to be involved and to be part of this, and it's been an incredible journey so far, and it's not over.
Well, thank you all. I know that we wish you well, and I just want to note that Councilmember Linnell Matthews has also joined us as well. Would any of the community leaders also like to say anything, or any of the elected officials? I'd like to give you a chance.
Sure. You know, one of the things that Nashville continues to be is a warm and welcoming place. We're going to extend this to everyone, because it shouldn't matter where you started your life or how you got here or who you love. Everyone needs to be treated with dignity and respect and have the same opportunities and equal rights. So I commend Abby and Bill, and I look forward to the fight and coming back victorious. Thank you.
Thank you, Nashville. I stand here today with my friends and colleagues and family members, fully putting the weight of my office and my position, and also as a Christian and as an African-American male who is married to a woman for 8 years now, in full support for this civil rights issue. Because, as I've said many times, my God has taught me love is love, but more importantly, I stand here today with other members of the African American community and other people who are just marriage advocates, period, between two people. And I just want to thank the city for being in the forefront for this, our nation. And I thank these brave souls behind me for this fight. When we went to Washington, we love you and we support all of them.
I would just like to say that I think this is a very important moment in the state of Tennessee. I think that you all are very brave for what you're going to do for our state. We are behind you 100%, but we're not just behind you to support, we're there to fight with you. So just know that as you all go to represent us, as you all go to represent what we're fighting for equality, for fairness, for justice, for all people, that this is something very important. I wish we could have been on the front end of this. I wish we could have been a leader amongst the other states, but I hope that we can get it right this time, and I hope that Abby and Bill, I hope you're able to come back victorious, and we're going to be ready to celebrate when you all return. So thank you.
It's not a have to, but we'd love for as many of you as want to speak to go.
I think it's worth noting that historically speaking, the trajectory of our democratic republic has always angled towards equality. And while this is a long time in coming, I think the time has come that equality is going to be available for all United States citizens, for all Tennessee citizens, and I agree with Abby. We are going to win.
Get some wide shots here.
I got a question for Abby or Bill. Just what are you going to argue? Without going into an hour-and-a-half argument, give me some points of what,
You don't get an hour-and-a-half argument, do you? You only get...
It's limited.
so
You get 25 minutes, right?
What are you going to? What are some of the points you're going to say? What are you trying to? What legal?
Well, I mean, we're
Come on
arguing...
up to the mic there.
Sorry.
If you would, please.
Well, let's both go up. I mean, it's actually pretty simple. We're arguing that the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution requires states to recognize marriages that are valid in other states, and that we not be a country that has sort of a checkerboard pattern of some states allowing marriage and some not. We're arguing that it's a fundamental right that should not be denied to any U.S. citizen, and we're arguing that the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment requires that all people be treated equally, and also that people be allowed to travel throughout the country without losing marriage status that they have validly contracted in another state. So.
And I just want to add that it's a basic concept of federalism in our American system of government that what happens in one state is respected in another state. If you get married in one state, traditionally throughout the history of this country, your marriage is recognized in all states, and to do it any other way has created chaos and will create more chaos. So it's our position that the Constitution requires equality, that there is a fundamental right to marriage for all of us. It's not, we're not asking for a new right. There's no such thing as the right to same-sex marriage. It's the right to marriage, and it should be open to all of us. And I think that's a value that is consistent with everything we believe in Tennessee and across this country. So that's why I think the Supreme Court will do the right thing and will uphold the right to marriage as it applies to all of us, and we can bring equality home to Tennessee.
I feel good. I want to do individual interviews. I think we want to just kind of get a little more meat and potatoes in the situation, because these always become a little too stiff for
Right.